Welcome to the VCon Pokemon channel. If you like today's content, please help me out by subscribing to my channel and sharing this video. I would really appreciate it. Just like you, I'm someone who really loves the hobby, very passionate about it, and I invest a lot of time into it. Today we're going to be looking at Surging Sparks and why I think this is going to be a great set to invest in. Now personally, I've purchased a case of Surging Sparks. I've pre-ordered it. I think it will be really hot, in demand, and I think a lot of people are going to go for it. I have a gut feeling as well that Christmas is going to come around and the stock is not going to be as available as what we would like. It's going to be a sleeper set that eventually hits Christmas, and then suddenly everyone's going to be preferring this. Why do I think that? I think that because you've got Pikachu as the artwork of the set. And if you're a kid, when you're a parent, you're a casual Pokemon fan, the best kind of Pokemon fans, and it's coming up to Christmas, you want to buy some Pokemon product, you're going for what's got Pikachu on it. And Surging Sparks ticks the bill. It's got Pikachu on it. The booster box, I personally think, is the best looking booster box since Fusion Strikes. I genuinely feel like this is going to be an incredible set. Looking at the artwork of the set, we'll start off with the Pikachu special illustration rare. Now, in Japanese, they call them special art rares. And when I look at this card, I just think to myself, it is absolutely beautiful. You have Pikachu, who seems to be looking into the sun, on all fours, running across the grass, like luscious grass. And that terror is getting hit by the reflection of the light. An incredible card, very pretty, and it's definitely going to be the chase card. Like, we all know, this is the card everyone is going to want. And there is no debating that. This card will be the one in demand, and it's going to be a premium ticket early on. It'll be worth quite a lot of money on release. Everyone's going to be hunting this card, and just going from the track record of pull rates of other Pokemon cards that are the same kind of special art rares, it will be a really hard card to pull. So it'll be worth quite a bit of money. People are going to be chasing it. The artwork is gorgeous. So if you're looking for a set that you feel like is going to be a sleeper hit, this is the one. November will come. It'll get released. I'm sure that the boxes will be purchased pretty readily. And by the time Christmas hits, all the casuals are going to be buying them because Pikachu is in the artwork. Pikachu's on the booster box. Pikachu's on the product. So you just can't go wrong with a product that has the mascot of Pokemon. You can't go wrong. And what I like about this set in particular is that the Terra's taken a bit of a back seat on the art rare. It's not as prevalent as it is in other sets from the Scarlet and Violet era. It's a little bit scaled back. And when we look at the Latias CX from the other opposing Japanese set that makes up Surging Sparks, you'll see that genuinely the Terraform is completely vacant there from the Latias in particular. So the Pikachu looks great. People are going to want it. It's going to be hot off the shelf. It's going to look great in the binder. It's going to look great if you get it graded. It's those first PSA 10s of this card are going to be hot off the shelf. However, I do see the other side of the argument too. What happens when the hype comes down? What happens when people purchase this card, then the new set gets released and the new set gets hyped? What happens to this Pikachu? Well, the first thing I can tell you is it gives me vibes from the Mew VMAX alternate art from Fusion Strike. Now, if you remember that card looked phenomenal, but it also looked very similar to the VMAX from Fusion Strike, which is what I can say safely about this Pikachu EX SAR. It looks very similar to the SR. The Terraform in the SR is more prominent. It's a completely white background rather than the image of the light and the grass, but I do get the vibe that the card looks pretty similar. Now, what gives me the home run for that is if you look at the border of both the SAR and the SR of the Pikachu, you'll see that they're very colorful around the border of the card. So I'm really interested to hold this in my hand, see how it feels. Does it feel like it's a great card? Does it feel like it's an Umbreon VMAX? Or does it feel like it's a Mew VMAX? Because you look at both those cards and they've got very differing values. The Mew VMAX alternate art and the VMAX were too far alike for people to really hunt that down and for it to carry some weight with its price point. It had to come down eventually because the VMAX offered similar artistic creation. similar artistic value. Moving on to this Milotic EX. Now, personally, this card is my favorite that's been released so far, and it ticks a lot of boxes. It's an SAR, its artwork is phenomenal, and quite frankly, it looks like a card that people are going to chase down. The one thing going against it is Milotic isn't as mainstream as Pikachu or Charizard, and certainly not one of the core fan favorites like a Giratina or a Latios, or a Dragonite. It's not top tier, but it definitely is a fan favorite. So I guess what we're going to be looking at is whether the hardcore fan base that would appreciate Milotic having its own SAR, or SIR in English, whether they really want this card bad enough to pay up for it, or whether they're shrewd and really switched on waiting for this card to go down in value. Because if they play that game and they wait and they're patient, then the card will come down in value. But ultimately, this card, again, another tick in Surging Sparks. Looking at Surging Sparks already, you've got two incredible special illustration rares that are going to be very much on the hunt by many collectors. Looking at some of the art rares, we've got Phoebus here. I love this card. I love this card. Just, it's not as good as the Magikarp from Paldea Evolved, but I love this card. And again, there is this real theme of light shining. You can see it with the Pikachu, and you can see it with the Phoebus here. He's got that reflection of light hitting him in the face, and he's looking into it. And you can see a spectrum there of color just kind of coming in from right down to left. I just love it. I think it's a great card. And again, another card that could surprise us. And in Australian dollars, it could end up being worth $20, $25. It just strengthens the set. The more cards that you have that are worth over $20, $25, the better it is to purchase a booster box ultimately. And this Phoebus now, I've got 3 ticks for this set already. The Mess Print art rare, another really great art rare. And the theme of that rainbow spectrum shining in and the light, you can see that sun setting at the back of that image. There is a reoccurring theme here of light and sun and color. So even though you don't have many electric types in the set, you're getting a real vibe of light coming into it. And another beautiful card. It's going to be a great one to pull. It'll be a difficult one to pull. And ultimately, a card that's going to probably be worth $15 to $20 Australian. It seems like many of the art rares are at that point. A couple of exceptions would be the Raichu from Paldea Evolved, the Groudon, the Magikarp. There are a couple of exceptions, but I see this one here hitting the mark of that $15 to $20. But another great card. So, like when I'm looking at this set, we've gone through 4 cards now, and they're fantastic cards. The artwork is great. They have been illustrated to perfection. There's a story to be told in every single illustration, and there is a theme for each of the cards that we have been able to identify too, making them easily identifiable. And in the future, when we are banking on nostalgia, because Pokemon is literally built on the foundation of nostalgia, you'll be looking at these cards, you'll be looking how they match and they make a set because of the artwork being so consistent between the cards, but yet so different. Another tick, great card. A new card released here as well. This one's very new. It's the Vivillon art rare. A fantastic card. This one here I think is very special because it looks like a photograph. It looks like a camera and someone has focused in on Vivillon and the background is all blurry. Again, you can see that spectrum of light coming in at the bottom of the image from right to left. Again, the consistency is there. Beautiful card. The Pokemon isn't as popular, so I'd say this would probably be one of the cheaper art rares, and no fault of the phenomenal design in itself. But it's just that I think people are going to be chasing the Pikachu and the Latias, and the Latios, and the Milotic. I don't think this one will be chased as much, but I can tell you what, I pulled this card, I'm happy. And I see this as a slow burn, long-term growth, great card, pretty. And again, if I'm making a binder of this set, I've already now got 5 cards that, again, all look incredible. Here we have the Latias EX, the actual English card from Surging Sparks. Now this one here shows us confirmed. It's a SIR. It's 239 from 191. Its ability is Skyliner. Your basic Pokemon in play have no retreat cost. And Eon Blade. During your next turn, this Pokemon can't attack and does 200 damage. So whether it's a playable card or not, I don't think really is relevant for this conversation, because when you're looking at whether a set is bankable, playability is irrelevant long term. What isn't is artwork, Pokemon selection, and theme. And here you've got one of the most bankable Pokemon. Beautiful, like just a gorgeous card. I could imagine holding this and thinking, wow, what a card, here it is. Just doesn't seem to have the same kind of reflection hitting it like the Surging Spark cards. Often when you are getting 2 Japanese sets combining to make an English set, there are some inconsistencies. I'm looking at you, Espeon, in Fusion Strike. You did not belong there. We did not want it there. But this is a great card here. And it is accompanied by the Latios, which does seem to have that reflection. So I think if they come together, they make one card. One criticism I've got, and I think a lot of people have felt the same, I have been reading this, I just would have loved the Latias and Latios both to be EX cards, both to be SIRs, and both to be one after another in the numbers. So 239, 240, 238, 239. I don't like how one's an art rare and one is a special art rare. I don't like that. I think that kind of lets me down a little bit, and I'm sure a lot of people, I have been reading it, a lot of people do feel the same way. Will it make much of a difference overall? Well, maybe, because the Latias will have texture. The Latios won't have texture. The artwork is incredible on both cards, but one's got texture, one doesn't. And they do look like, if you put them together, they do make like almost like the 2 Pokemon flying across a seafront. So it does look like they match. I would have liked it again if both the cards were symmetrical. Maybe the Latios facing the Latias and the Latias facing the Latios. That would have been cool. But if I look at this closely, it kind of looks like the Latias is playing with the Latios and it's chasing after the Latios. That's kind of what it looks like to me. I don't know. You tell me if you look at that. But those 2 cards look great. I would have loved them to have been both textured, both one after another. And something that you can, if you put in your binder, which I love to do, you can kind of put them together and they look incredible together. One's going to have texture, one's not. That's going to bother me. But again, ultimately, now we're looking at, a Supercharged Breaker, which is awesome already. There's 5-6 great cards there that I would want. And now here you've got 2 cards that we have got confirmed in English. We've got the English colors here. We've got the English design. They look incredible, and it just strengthens Surging Sparks. Makes Surging Sparks an even better collection now with these 2 cards in it. Everyone's going to be chasing these 2. I'm dying to get my hands on them already, and I've tried to hold back so I don't buy the Japanese ones yet because I don't have an endless supply of money. But I definitely appreciate the artwork in these 2 and can't wait to add them to my collection. They are must-haves for me. Paradise Dragona has this Alolan Executor EX, and it has it as a special art rare. So this is one that I think we will also see in Surging Sparks. I was a bit surprised that the Alolan Executor would make another appearance. We had them prominently featured in the Sun and Moon era, and I was a bit surprised that this Pokemon would be selected to be placed in this set. Whether I like it or not, I'm undecided. I really love the artwork. I love the color scheme. That sunlight going from like nighttime down to sunset. I just really love that blue and that purple fusion there. It's really cool. And yeah, I guess Alolan Executor probably has made the Terraform look the best so far. It really does suit the top of its 3 heads. But I just don't know whether this Pokemon really belongs in the set. I don't know. I mean, you tell me. Do you think it belongs in the set? As for what it's worth, it looks like it's going for around 4,500 yen, which is a moderate 45 Australian dollar card, or I think it'd probably be like a 25 or a $30 US card. So will this be the big chase in the set? No, it won't be. It'll be a great addition to your collection. It'll look phenomenal in a binder. I think the texture will look great. This will look better in person, but it's not going to be that card that we're really chasing after. It's not the Pikachu or the Latias, and it's not the Latios either. I'm ranking those three probably as my three standouts. But this one here would be a great addition to the collection, and it'll be bloody hard to pull. I'm sure it's going to be a hard card to actually to pull out of a packet. It will not be easy to pull. Another SAR, Archaludon EX. So here it is. I don't know what you guys think about this one. I don't mind it. It looks a little bit busy. It looks like it's kind of smashed through a series of rocks. Kind of going in at around 2,600 yen at the moment. Probably puts it around $17 to $18 card. It's pretty nice. Again, one that you probably wouldn't want to pull if you did get like a case of 6 and you were only going to get 1 or 2 SARs or SIRs. This one would be the one that you'd pull, and you'd feel a bit flat because those boxes can cost upward of $800 US, and you're pulling this card. It can hurt. The artwork is great. This is the type of card where I would buy it as a single, maybe 6 months after the release of the set. I reckon you could get this really dirt cheap. So I reckon this card could go dirt cheap. I'd love it in my folder, just because I love the beautiful artwork. And the artist here is Shinya Mizuno. Great artist from the looks of this card. It's just great. Would fit nicely into my binder. Is it a chase card? Is it a home run? Probably not. I don't think so. It definitely won't make the set more valuable, but a nice addition to the set, not a problem. Moving on to a few of the art rares from Paradise Dragona that will be featured in the Supercharged Breaker set, or the Surging Spark set. We've got this Execute art rare. Looks nice. Looks like it's on a tennis court, which I guess, I don't know what's going on here. There's a tennis racket, there's a skateboard, there are roller skates. Each egg looks like it's playing a different sport. So I have no idea how eggs can play sport, especially if they're cracked. I actually thought Execute was I thought all the 6 were all kind of combined. So it's weird seeing them all separate here. I don't know what's going on. But look, it's a fine card. Is it a 10 out of 10? The artwork's great, but I don't see people really having this as a chase card. Hopefully, if you are getting 4 or 5 art rares from a box, this is one of them. Nice one again to add to your binder. Next card I see here. This one is a Shinotic. Looks okay. Artwork's nice. Just, it doesn't tick all the boxes. It's not one of the Pokemon that people are dying to have in their collection. So it's great artwork. Long term, $2-3 card. You still got that spectrum coming in, so I do love that theme. It's really consistent, and it seems like it's consistent across both sets. So yeah, nice artwork. It's always good to have these art rares. This one is one that I really like. Cast Form, Sunny Form. The color on this card is phenomenal, and it is worth a little bit more than a few of the other art rares we saw. And I see potential for this one to grow in value long term. It is just a really pretty card. Very cartoony feel. I love it. All the cast forms are in it too. So, I don't know. I really like this card. I would want this card. I will probably seek it and buy it. I don't know how you guys feel, but this is one of my underrated cards. This is my sleeper card. If I could pick one card that I think long term might actually triple, quadruple in value, it wouldn't be much because it started at a very low price point. But I see this card as being it. So, yeah, I really want this card. This card I want to get. Actually, I'd probably get 4 to 5 copies of this card. I just really like the look of it. The next one here, you've got Brushix. Is it Bruxish? Yeah, I guess it'll do. It's all right. Um, if I pull it, I'm happy. All good. Um, but yeah, I didn't really have much more to say. Kind of giving me the vibe of the Blastoise from 151. You can see the Blastoise from 151 kind of in the middle of the water. This one here as well, but more coral feature here. The colors are great, but it just, one of the boxes it doesn't tick for me is it's not an iconic Pokemon. It's not one of the franchise players of the game. So ultimately, that will hold this card back for value. But again, if you're like me and you just collect binders of cards, a really good one to add to your collection because it is a beautiful card. This one here looks really nice. Setian or Setitan. This one's really nice. I like this one. Jerky, illustrated by Jerky. Beautiful card. I really do like it, and worth a little bit more than the other art rares. But what I'm seeing here from Paradise Dragona is this versatility with all of the art rares. Quite a lot of art rares to pull here, and that's the difference between this and Supercharged Breaker. There's more art rares to pull from this set. Again, the most popular art rare in price. This is 4 times more expensive than the other ones, going for around 800 Japanese yen, which would be around, I think that's around the maybe $6 to $8 mark Australian. So yeah, nice card. Again, beautiful. And I think this one will be one of the chasers in the English set. This will be very popular in English and a long-term, really worthy card to have in your collection because I think this one will grow in value quite a bit. People will want it. It's a beautiful card. Vibrava, nice card. Like this one. Kind of parallel to the Vivillon from Supercharged Breaker. These two will these might be one after another as art rares because again, you've got that insect Pokemon and you've zoomed in on it. The background's blurry, the Pokemon's close up. This one matches, and you can see there's been a bit of thought put in by Pokemon as to this set and the cards that accompany them. There are some symmetrical cards here. This one kind of does go with that Vivillon, in my opinion. The Latios goes with the Latias. There's a couple of things that I like here about this card. I really do like this one. Clobopus. Nice card. Cool. Kind of giving me vibes from a couple of the cards from the most recent set in Pokemon. Just that artwork is just very much, it looks like sushi, doesn't it? So, I don't know, I really like it. Good card. Moving on. This one might be my favorite. I think I really like Skarmory. I love this card. I might get 9 of these if I can get them cheap. Just fill out a page on my binder. I love this card. Yeah, I love it. Flapple. Why do I like this card? I don't know, but I do. I like it. Very busy, but I love it. I love that card. I'll probably again beautiful artwork as well. Appleton. Nice. Lots of apples. Not a franchise Pokemon. It looks like it's an apple pie. I didn't even realize that. It looks like it's actually baked. Got to look closely at that, but yeah, it looks like it's baked. Good card. Moving on, this one, the Bravery. Bravery. Nice card. Very cheap for some reason, but really nice artwork. Beautiful artwork. Kind of looks like it's like an oil painting. Very nicely done. Looks like a little bit of Vincent van Gogh at the top center of the card. Bit of Starry Night pattern. Yeah, nice. Just some great art rares. Black Kyurem EX. That's that secret rare. Another great addition to the collection. This one might have texture on it. The Latias EX secret rare. That's beautiful too. Probably just a full art in English. Nice card. The Flygon EX. Cool. See, I don't know how you guys feel. You tell me. How do you feel about 5-band graphics? I'm not the biggest fan of 5-band graphics. I think they're very generic. However, this one looks like it's done right. I don't know. This one doesn't look as perfect as other 5-band graphic cards. So I'm really liking this one. I think this one's pretty good. The Archaludon EX full art. Again, 5-band graphics. This is the 5-band graphics I don't like. This looks so generic. Not a fan of this one, but worth quite a bit of money in Japan. 1,000 yen for this card. It's going for a bit more than I thought. The Alolan Executor, he gets the Rolls Royce treatment, gets the full art, gets the SAR, and even gets the Execute AR. So really, really rating this Pokemon. Pokemon Company have gone all John Cena on Alolan Executor. They've given him the full treatment of main event. And here he is with another featured card in this set. CG Works kind of gives me another vibe like 5-band graphics. I don't know. How do you guys feel about CG Works and 5-band graphics? Do you really invest in those cards? Do you like to collect those cards? Or do you just like them because they're hard to pull cards? You let me know. Next we've got Sliza EX. 5-band graphics. Art rare. Nice card. But yeah, I definitely won't be chasing this one down. Nothing that's going to enhance the value of Surging Sparks. Trainers. Okay, lots of trainer cards. This one here, Drayton. Nice card. Nice trainer card. Kind of looks like she's in the Alps. Next, Surfer. Now this one here I have pulled. One secret rare from a Japanese box, and it's been like a guy like this, Surfer, and you just, you cringe, you've hit your hit in your box, there's nothing better to come. There's probably 10-12 packs left, and this is the card I've pulled, and I know the rest of the box is done. So if anyone says, can I buy Japanese single packs, I always say don't do it. A couple of my mates have asked me to do it. I've always said don't do it, because once you pull the SR from the box, the rest of the box is pretty compromised. And if you pull a guy like Surfer, the rest of the box is honestly a turn off for me. It's kind of like the worst thing I could do. Card's fine, but who wants this? Really, I don't know. I don't. Next, Drasna. Same thing. I don't really rate it. This is a super dirt cheap art rare or secret rare. Dirt cheap secret rare trainer would be worth, literally could get for $2 to $3. So, nothing worse than opening up a box and getting this great artwork. I can't fault the artists. The illustrators are incredible. I can't fault them. But, as a fan, I'd pull this card and I'd feel really flat. This one would be really like I'd be hurt. I'd feel like I just lost my money opening up that box. I'd feel the pain. This one here is just brilliant. Lysia's Appeal, or is it Lysia's Appeal? This one here is, I don't know, the waifu market, the Pokemon trainer market for these kind of girls, they are so volatile. There are times where you could probably get this card for nothing, and then there might be a 3-week window where this card suddenly, you're seeing sales on eBay at a PSA 10 for thousands of dollars. This card's got that written all over it. It really does. This is a card where in 5 to 10 years, there's going to be like that small 3 to 5 week window where everyone froths over this card, and you're seeing sales for $300, $400, $500, and you'll be looking and going, what? You really will be. Now, it's going for 6,500 yen to 7,000 yen, which is actually quite a good amount. It's a pretty good amount. So this is going to be a highly sought after card, but since the trainer market has crashed, and I think it genuinely has crashed, ultimately it's not going to be the number one card, but Lysia's Appeal and the Lysia's Appeal SIR, these are going to be two of the best cards to pull in the set, for real. That's a great card. Next one that we've got to look at is, I'm trying to get it up now, I'm just skipping a few other cards. There's a Drayton SAR. Reading the back, she's reading like a packet of cookies. She looks like she's at the supermarket. Nice card, but what's this got to do with Pokemon? I don't know. There is no Pokemon featured in the card. That's usually not a good sign. I don't know. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. I would feel flat opening up this card and wasting that rare slot on this. I don't know. How do you guys feel about this card? Am I way off the mark here as I talk about some of these trainer cards? They don't appeal to me entirely. You let me know how you feel about this one. And this one, Lycia's Appeal, this one ticks a lot of boxes. The lighting is gorgeous. The centering of Lycia and how she's got her hand out at you, gorgeous. You got Alteria in the background, gorgeous. This card's a 10 out of 10. Honestly, this is just a card I'd love to have because I love the card because it's a beautiful card to have. So yeah, that's a 10 out of 10 card. The gold, oh man, there he is, John Cena, Alolan Executor EX. Jeez, I can see you. 4 cards. What do the Pokemon Company do? Do they genuinely feel like Alolan Executor is Charizard or something? Do they feel like Alolan Executor EX, we're frothing at it like it's a Blastoise or something? I don't think I've seen a Tyranitar. I've seen the one Tyranitar art rare from a few sets back, but I have not seen much prominence in Tyranitar in a very long time. This guy's getting 4 cards in another set. I just feel like it was just a few years ago we had Rowlet and Alolan Executor tag team as well. I don't know why this card gets such great treatment. I think you guys might need to let me know. But are you finding Alolan Executor as appealing as the Pokemon Company do? Because I don't. Counter gain, gold cards, a couple of gold cards like always, and Jet Energy, which is going for around 2,500 yen. So it must be a good one to use in the game. And here is the booster box as I wrap up this video. You've got Pikachu front and center, all that Terra gem glitter shining at us. John Cena at the top of the box, of course, the GOAT. Along the side, seems like it's that Duraludon Pokemon equivalent. I can't see the other side of the box, but look, Pikachu front and center. The box has got that real bright burst of yellow, orange, red. You got the Terra colors there to give it a little bit more dynamic. This set is, in my opinion, going to be the best set of the year. It's not going to be Evolving Skies level. I don't know if it's going to be Lost Origin Brilliant Stars level either, because remember, those trainer galleries were elite. Elite, elite, elite. But I see this set being really, really valuable. I see it being hot at Christmas. I guess the last thing we need to see as well is, will people gravitate to that Pikachu special illustration rare, and will they gravitate to that Latios art rare and special illustration rare? If people gravitate to those 3 cards, and those 3 cards end up being great, valuable cards that are worth over 50, 60 Australian dollars, then all of a sudden I think you've got a really hot set. Long term, you can't go wrong with booster boxes. They're the best purchase. You can't go wrong with them, and you can't go wrong with blister packs, and it never hurts having blister packs and booster boxes with Pikachu on it. Will this be a Vivid Voltage, or will this be an Evolving Skies? I think it's not going to be either. It's far better than Vivid Voltage. The illustrations are far stronger than the Rainbow CG Works 5-band graphics that we got at Vivid Voltage, but then you do not have 10 to 15 absolute super hits like you do at Evolving Skies. I'd probably put this one here at around where we've been at lately with Paldea Evolved and with Twilight Masquerade. I think this card is at that level. I like the Pikachu more than I like the Greninja from Twilight Masquerade. So I think this set might be bigger and better long term. But, you know, people really wanted a Greninja. I don't know if people really are dying for a Pikachu as much. So let me know what you think. I'm just going to wrap up the video there. I really, really can't wait to get a hold of this set. I have bought myself a case. I probably won't open the case. I might just keep it sealed and tuck it away. But yeah, I don't think you can go wrong when you have a set that has Pikachu on it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Hopefully we get some traction on this channel, and I will do more videos. See you next time. Thank you so much.